Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Yeah, it's holding support at the moment. It's been holding all three relevant support areas, which is good. So all that bulls need to do is just to show up now. And we're going to talk about the support ranges here and what happens if we break them. And for now, let's just zoom out a little bit. This is the movement since December. You can see that we rallied in an impulsive structure in 5 waves. It's not the most beautiful impulse, but absolutely valid. We came down in an ABC structure and completed a wave 2 in this trend reversal area, which was relating to the entire move between December and end of January. And since then, Solana was able to rally in another 5-wave move. Had a lot of overlaps in this move, but we can count it as a leading diagonal as long as support levels are holding. The relevant support that needs to hold here to make this ABC structure valid is first of all now, of course, the low that was made on Monday last week, so 1940. But ultimately, even if we come down a little bit lower, as long as we're holding 1732, I can count this as an ABC structure of a wave 2. Below 1732, at least if we talk about a sustained break, this will become very unlikely. But yeah, it's holding so far. Did rally in another possible 5-wave move. And however, it did reset that lower yellow wave 2 now. But bear in mind, we're looking here at the micro level. Things can change quite quickly. So far was not able to break out. It looked a bit like it could have done here another 1-2 setup. But with that low, which was made here today, it did reset yellow wave 2. But for now, holding the 78.6 retracement. But I have no strong sign that we've bottomed there. But if it is supposed to go from here in this structure, it really needs to go now, because it came all the way down to 1985 to the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement. That surely depends to a degree now on Bitcoin. Ethereum, what do they do? Are they going to break out in their third waves or not? At the moment, the coins are moving in pretty similar ways. Not only Solana and Bitcoin, but all coins. Looks like we just completed or possibly completed another wave 2. If it resets this wave 2, then also that's not a problem. Again, as long as we're holding 1732. What that means is we could, of course, come down again if 1985 breaks, which is the 78.6 retracement and the most relevant support level in terms of invalidation or possible invalidation of a 1-2 setup, which we have here. If we break below that level, I think we're going to drop into the yellow box, but that would mean that we are resetting or just falling back into the higher degree 1-2 setup. So it would just come down a little bit lower. But that means if we still have a 1-2 setup on the table here, it just means that we can still rally from there in a third wave, which would normally be the most bullish wave in this case. So normally the strongest wave in an impulse. So it wouldn't be great to do it, but you can still get away with counting this then possibly as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down, or maybe even a WXY, depending on how this is going to work out. But yeah, I mean, currently just tracking the potential here of this small 1-2 setup. No confirmed completion of this yellow wave 2. What would I need for that? Well, let's add some of these sub waves to the yellow wave 2. Certainly looks like an A wave, B wave, C wave. Possibly complete. I mean, you can get away with WXY. That looks even clearer, because then it looks like a complete ABC structure here. So WXY. But again, that's just the, let's say, academic detail. It's not so relevant in terms of which exact wave structure is working out here. We need to recognize that if it's supposed to go, it needs to go from here, because this is the 78.6 retrace. Any sustained break below that would probably lead to a reset of large wave 2 here, the white wave 2. And if we now rally from here, I want to see a break above the B wave high as, let's say, good evidence that we have bottomed there. So we talk really about a break above 21. Whoops, nearly dropped my phone. 2150. And a move above that would take us to, well, next resistance or next, let's say, confirmation point is around $22.20, the wave 1 high, and above that, the wave B high at $24. So we just need a bit of patience just to see, have we bottomed here? Support did hold, and as long as support is holding, we treat it like that, just basically observing if we're now in a third wave, but it's not confirmed yet. The support is simply holding at the moment. There's a potential. It's even probable that we go from here, in my opinion, but looking at the larger structure, because so far we haven't rallied impulsively off the latest low, it's still indeed possible to reset to a lower support in the larger support box, in the larger bullish scenario. It's just that you need to know that below 1732, the bullish case will get very, very unlikely. Yeah, if we get a sustained break below 1732, it would basically, yeah, make this sort of bullish scenario very unlikely, because it would reset the, well, I mean, you could then still get away and put this wave 2 lower, and then we've got $12 as key support, but it would, to be honest, it would look like a very strange structure. You can always use these sort of, but again, this is a high B wave, so it's very strange. Could just become a larger WXY pattern, but yeah, it would be a very deep correction then. And but you can never rule it out, right? You can never rule it out, but ideally it's taking off from here. We're making, so far, we're making higher highs, higher lows. Looking at the indicators, go to the 4 hour, go a bit larger here. You can see that we start to get some reduction in negative momentum now. So possibly that correction here that we've just seen, this yellow wave 2 might get to its end, but it's very, very early days. Now on the 1 hour chart, we already get the bullish crossover. Yeah, if we now push above 50 on the 1 hour on the relative strength index, that would indicate further uptrending momentum. But so far it has not really been moved over to the daily. But it starts on the lower time frame. So if the bulls can do it there, then you will see that bullish crossover come back on the daily MACD. But you can see it's just ranging at the moment. So that's when indicators are a bit less useful. On the daily, we're just ranging at the moment, because there's just literally sideways action. It's moving around 50 on the RSI. The MACD is also not decided, but then on the lower time frames, we see a tendency to start to go up possibly in the cycle, but it's very early days. So we just need that, price confirmation now that I highlighted. Okay, that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.